Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys at Magic. This is Hunter, Shane, and Steven. Say what up, boys.
What up, boys?
What up, nerds?
We are coming back at you, 2023. We have started spoiler season for Phyrexia. All will be one. And my goodness, did they give us a lot of cards today. So let's go ahead and start right off with the big card today. This is the completed Jace. Jace, the Perfected Mind. Jace, the Perfected Mind, is 2, a blue, and a blue Phyrexian mana for a starting loyalty of 5. It is a Planeswalker that is completed, meaning the blue Phyrexian can be either paid with a blue or 2 life. If it's paid this way with life, it comes in with 2 fewer loyalty counters. It has 3 abilities. The first one is a +1 that says until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -3/-0. Has a -2 ability that says target player mills 3 cards. Then, if a graveyard has 20 or more cards in it, you draw 3 cards. Otherwise, you draw a card. And a -X that just says target player mills 3 times X cards. I'm going to start with Steven because he is our resident mill player. How do we feel about Jace, the Perfected Mind?
You know, when I saw Jace get completed, I was actually a little sad, but then I saw what he could do. I mean, it's all right, man. I want to do a little bit more research on some cards and see what I can do with it. But like, when I saw it, I was like, like I don't know. I guess in a standard format, this would be pretty cool because obviously they're gonna mill a bunch of cards, and a 60 card deck is pretty not that big, you know.
Yeah, we haven't really seen Mill come back ever since Tasha's Hideous Laughter kind of rotated out. So who knows? We'll see if Mill comes back as a sub-theme to Standard. I'm not sure how I feel about this, though. I don't think it's that good.
I like these planeswalkers with a little bit of green because basically with any of these planeswalkers, I feel like with Vorinclex on the field and like immediately using that ultimate ability. Because I mean, like let's say he comes in with 10 instead of the 5, and then you're milling for a shit ton. Like anytime you get to do stuff like that, it's really cool. But there's so much setup and so much mana that has to come into it that it's just kind of like, was it really that good? You know?
Yeah, it would be interesting with Vorinclex. You just have to have a commander that does it.
Mm-hmm.
Shane, what do we think? This was your boy, Jace. He is now complete.
He's definitely not that good. But he's also really awesome. The only bummer part is he doesn't protect himself. That's kind of a shitty thing. I don't really like planeswalkers that don't have any kind of built-in protection. The mill I think is actually pretty cool because it'll always, quote unquote cantrip for you. It'll always be drawing the card, but in later games in EDH, I guess in standard too, but probably EDH, more likely or more often than not, you'll be drawing 3. That's kind of cool. -2 to draw 3. I guess the protection would be the +1, but let's be honest, someone's gonna swing in and kill your Jace. And it makes sense that the 3 mana, if you only play 3, it comes in as a 3, right? So that's, I don't know. They did a very good job balancing the whole, like you could pay for life, but psych, your planeswalker is small. So I feel like it's pretty balanced.
I mean, I think all the planeswalkers were pretty balanced for the most part. I mean, I think with proliferation coming like into the set a little bit more, and then what you could do before, I think to see what kind of interactions we're going to see with these cards are going to be really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what Steven's alluding to, we did not cover in full videos of the other Planeswalkers they announced. We did little shorts on them. So if you haven't seen those shorts, check the description. We'll put all of the other Planeswalkers they showed off. We are sad about some of the other ones that were completed as well. If you want to know what they are, go ahead and watch the shorts. But let's move on to the other spoilers from today. This next one is Mondrak Glory Dominus. Mondrak Glory Dominus is 2 and 2 white for a 4/4 legendary creature Phyrexian Horror. It says if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. It has another ability where you can pay 1 and 2 Phyrexian white, meaning you can either pay with white or 2 life for each. It says sacrifice 2 other artifacts and or creatures, put in a destructible counter on Mondrak Glory Dominus. Big
When
fan of it.
I see or hear Mythic, this is what I expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the ability to double tokens is always incredible.
You know, Hunter,
Yes.
it's really cool to see Anointed Procession being reprinted like that. It really needed its reprint, dude.
It really did.
I
I
know,
mean,
this
this
card's
is obviously
amazing.
this is obviously easier to destroy because it's a
True.
creature.
True. But you can make it indestructible, so you need a like some kind of sacrifice or exile. But this card's gonna be money.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty
1000%
bonkers.
agree.
Gonna be pretty bonkers. I don't think we have anything else to say other than this card is really good.
Yeah.
So
It sucks when the card's really good. We don't talk a lot, but yeah, this card's nuts.
yeah, this will see play.
I mean, honestly, let's. What else is there to say? It's white, which is great for tokens. You can pay life to make it indestructible, which is really cool. And then obviously you're in white, which offers you life gain, so you're offsetting the life loss with life gain. That's all we can say.
Yeah, and this
You do
will
have to
play
sacrifice
in
some
like
stuff, but
Ginny Fey decks and stuff like that. Anything that makes tokens.
yeah, so you have to sacrifice like 2 little token artifacts as well, but or creatures, I mean, but yep. This card's nuts.
Moving on to a reprint, we have Phyrexian Arena. Phyrexian Arena, if you didn't know what it is, it's 1 and 2 black for an enchantment. It says at the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose a life. Good reprint.
Typically, if you're
Amazing
playing black
reprint.
EDH, you're playing this card.
Yep, and let's talk about the art because it is a big part of the story. I will read
I don't want
the.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm going to go ahead and read the flavor text. It says, for a bittersweet moment, Jace believed he could still save his love. A moment was all Vraska needed. For the glory of Phyrexia, she whispered.
Yeah, I hate this.
Dude, he tried to save his woman, Vraska, and she just betrayed, just took him down with her.
Betrayal sting, dude.
Bingo.
I mean, at least the love is now
Eternal?
completed.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it is completed. Yeah,
But what do you say about a great reprint? This card, great.
fantastic.
And I do love the fact that they are going to go ahead and do a Phyrexian version of this card.
Yep, also very cool. Comes with a bundle. Moving on to another reprint, we have the Fast Lands. We're getting Fast Land reprints. If you guys didn't know, these are the ones that enter the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands. So you get these down real quick, make your mana better.
Yeah, usually when I play a deck with these lands in them, I usually draw them at the very end. It sucks.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but these are
In
fantastic.
standard, these are way better than checks, dude.
Yeah, these are going
I
to
love these
replace.
lands.
I think, yeah, are they going to
I don't think they're
replace?
Pain? No.
Yeah, I was going to say Pain.
I think you're gonna play them with Pain.
Maybe. I mean,
That's
we
my
still have
opinion.
the ones from Innistrad. They're slow lands.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
who
screw
knows?
it. Just put them all in there, dude.
Yeah. But good reprint. Good for EDH.
Yes, sir.
Moving on, some Twilight cards. We have White Sun's Twilight. White Sun's Twilight is X and 2 white. For a sorcery, it says you gain X life, create X 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Mite artifact creature tokens with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. So that's the first time we're hearing about Toxic. Anything that has Toxic with a number next to it, if that creature does any amount of damage to an opponent, that opponent gains however many Toxic 1, for example, here, you get 1 poison counter. If it was Toxic 6, you get 6 poison counters.
And then once you get to 10,
They're dead.
You
salud.
cry.
Yeah. So Poison's back, Toxic's nuts. White Sun's Zenith, also very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah,
great,
I
dude.
think
For
it's good.
2 white and then 5, I mean, boom, destroy everyone else's shit, and then you get 5 creatures that you can just say, hey, halfway to death.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Would be pretty wild.
It's an EDH board wipe in white. How many of those are there now?
I
Tons.
don't know if are you playing this over something else? For 7 mana, it's a board wipe.
What's what I mean?
Well, I guess it gains you 5 life, makes you 5 creatures.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just a board wipe. Plus, you also have the fact that You don't have to just do 7. Or not 5. Sorry, not 7. You don't just have to do the 5 or more. You can do 10. You can do 20. It depends on how much mana you got. In EDH, shit gets crazy.
How right you are.
It's kind of like a one-sided board wipe, right?
That's pretty all-sided.
I mean, like, let's say you don't have anything on the board.
Then yes, it is one-sided.
You'll get to keep those mites. Boom.
Sure. Moving on to another Twilight. This is Black Sun's Twilight. Black Sun's Twilight is X and a black for an instant. It says up to 1 target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn. If X is 5 or more, return a creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
This seems a little better.
Recursion. A little bit of a killer.
Instant. Yeah, dude. This kind of does a lot.
Yeah, I think so. Seems good.
To be fair, this card does 2 things.
It does a lot of things.
No, it specifically does 2
things.
Yeah, but 2 is a lot.
It may do 2 things.
True.
It only does 1 thing, but it may do 2 things.
Dude,
how many
remove
times
your
do you think we can say may do?
It may do 2 things.
It's stupid.
I don't know if it's that good, to be honest. I'm thinking about it again. If you put,
you want me to tell you, dude, why it's good?
I'll tell you this.
Okay.
Say you don't pay for the 5.
Okay.
You pay 4 into the X. That's still 5 mana to give something -4/-4.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem good.
You're not playing this unless you're paying 5 or more.
Yeah.
Think about removing your opponent's Shieldred and go getting your own Shieldred back.
I don't think anyone's putting these Twilight cards in their decks for any reason other than the X is 5 or more costs. I don't think anyone has a plan to use them for anything less than that.
Maybe.
Opinion stated.
Yeah. I suppose you're right. We'll find out with the next one. The next one is Green Sun's Twilight. Green Sun's Twilight is X and a green for a sorcery. It says reveal the top X +1 cards of your library. Choose a creature card and or land card from among them. Put those cards into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. If X is 5 or more, instead put the chosen card onto the battlefield or into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. How do we feel about this one?
That one seems pretty strong too.
Yeah.
Because you could be getting.
Yeah.
There's no stipulation on what kind of creature, right?
No.
Yeah, but they still got the potential to whiff.
Sure, but you're digging. Let's say you're doing the 5, you're digging 6. Hope you better hit something good in 6. Strictly in a standard perspective.
You can also
you're doing 5.
You're
doing 5, not 6, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. You're doing 6. Yeah, you're doing the +1. But I'm saying in EDH, but you have 100 or 99 cards in your deck. This might be a little more reliable and standard.
6 lands.
No, your luck.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit, dude. I played a game today against the guy where I went to go search for 5 basic lands. Dude played Aven Mind Sensor on me, and I looked at the top 4. All 4 were lands. It's pretty good.
Sounds about right.
I think this card is pretty good.
Twilight.
Oh,
I think this card's pretty good. I'm just not a massive fan of the whiff potential. As David would say, it's not that but I think, with, things in green and, other artifacts out there, there are ways to put things on the top of your library and you could possibly go find them and, kind of score that way. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really have to be a creature either,
Well, one of them does.
Yeah, it's and or. You can get just land. But yeah. I feel like if you're digging that much, that'd be such a waste of mana if you just grab 1 land.
I know.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely the weakest of the set. Just my opinion.
I think here you're ideally grabbing a creature and a land, right? That's the best.
And or.
Yeah,
it depends on what you get, man.
Fuck or and.
Well, yeah, but if you whiff on a creature, then you're sad.
I'm in Merry Christmas land, dude. You're not whiffing.
I know. I'm not.
I've never
Welcome
been in
to the
Christmas
nightmare.
Land.
This next card is Skrelv, Defector Mite. Skrelv Defector Mite is 1 white mana for a 1/1 legendary artifact creature Phyrexian Mite. It has Toxic 1. It says Skrelv Defector Mite can't block. Has an ability where you can pay white Phyrexian, which is a white or 2 life. You can tap it, choose a color. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and Hexproof from that color until end of turn. It can't be blocked by creatures of that color this turn. Why not just say gains protection until end of turn?
Too
So
strong.
this way you still can deal with it? I don't know.
Can't be blocked by creatures that color. Has hexproof. I don't get it.
There's gotta be a reason.
I don't know. I don't know the reason there.
I don't think
It's
about
just-
it. I don't know.
It's just till this turn, right? So like, I don't know. It's a weird kind of card. But also, I think this is very good.
Seems really
For
fun.
1 mana, 1/1. This can be a
Yeah.
commander.
Could be. It's really cool.
Seems good.
It's not gonna be
What do
my
you think,
commander.
Steve? No?
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. This is really cool. It's almost like Mother of Ruins as a fucking commander card. But I just I don't know. I mean, is this really fun? Like in the 99, 100%. Do I want this to be the head of my mono white tech? No.
You never know, dude. Mono
Mono
white
white
toxic. Let's
poison,
go.
dude.
I mean, that's cool, but like I think there are better ways to play mono white than just. I don't know. I need to see what else the set brings.
I like it.
I think
I'm
it's
not
cool.
saying
I
it's
like it.
bad.
Fun.
I'm not saying I don't like it.
Next up is Skrelv's Hive. Skrelv's Hive is 1 and a white for an enchantment. Says at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life and create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Mite artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. It also has Corrupted, which is a brand new keyword that says as long as an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, creatures you control with Toxic have lifelink.
That's super cool, dude.
So you're
So
telling me
fun.
they reprinted Bitter Blossom and made it better?
Some would say it's better blossom, baby. Sorry.
Clever.
Clever girl. This is a cool card. Especially with the whole, like, we watched that stream together. And they were saying they want to make Infect a thing, but they wanted it to be more fun. Because people hate fighting Infect, which I understand. So now it's like, okay, kill them slowly with Infect. Instead of, going for Infect right away. Want them to kind of hang around, have at least 3. Like, it's corrupted, this will start triggering. It seems fun.
Does seem fun. But you have to be careful because I already know this is going to kill me.
You could.
Losing
lose
1
the
life
life,
on every
but
turn.
all your mites are going to have a lifelink.
It's true. They will have lifelink, but they can't block.
Well, keep beating face, dude.
I mean, all your creatures with Toxic have lifelink.
Yeah, exactly.
You better
This could
have
be a
more
fun card,
creatures
dude.
than just these little mites.
You will, don't worry.
Moving on to Venerated Rotpriest. Venerated Rotpriest is 1 green mana for a 1/2 creature Phyrexian Druid that has Toxic 1. And it says whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell, target opponent gets a poison counter.
This too.
Pretty solid.
I really wish it tapped for mana, but that'd be too broken.
Hey, Shane.
Yeah.
Does this fit in Ivy?
Oh. Dude, that'd be sick.
Seems like a lot of poison counters.
Dude. That would fit right in Ivy. Whoa. Open my mind, dude.
Well, I know what Shane's wanting in his box.
Please.
May I have a Venerated Rotpriest, please? No, this is a really good card, though, man.
This is a really good card, yeah.
You just put the boots on. Put the boots on. Just pump up your team. Just give people poison counters. Win the game, especially in Standard, too. This seems really good.
Worst case scenario when they go to destroy this. Give him a counter. Give him a points counter.
Yep. You trying to? Oh man, you wanted to kill this? Have a poison. It's pretty good, dude.
For 1-drop, dude, that's. I'm gonna stop saying good because we keep saying good. This is wrong.
It's a 1/2 too, so it's like the stats.
Got some booty on it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your booty on the floor tonight.
Venerated
my day.
Rotpriest, A+ in my book. Next up is Geth, Thane of Contracts. Geth, Thane of Contracts is 1 and 2 black for a 3/4 legendary creature, Phyrexian zombie. It says other creatures you control get -1/-1. And it has an ability where you can pay 1 and 2 black and tap it to return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Activate only as a sorcery.
Hunter,
What's up?
is this a dick lord?
What?
What?
You know lords? This is like a dick lord, right?
You
Oh,
mean
because it is
you
-1/-1.
stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, it definitely hurts. That's for sure. But obviously, if you build around it, sounds pretty good.
Yeah. That's really
Also,
that's
that text of if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile instead of putting it anywhere else
Yeah, what does that mean?
is weird. Instead of your hand,
No one knows what it means.
it's
But
provocative.
it's provocative.
Gets people going.
Well, I'm provoked.
I think this is a really good card though. 100%.
Yeah,
Just returning a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield for 3 mana, and you can continue to do so.
that's true.
I'm not high on this card at all.
I mean, it's good reanimation. I just don't like what's the goal?
Reanimation.
And then you want to kill this or something?
You don't want to kill this. No, you just keep reanimating stuff. You throw
All your shit's little.
Unless you're reanimating a Titan of Industry.
Oh, true. Like a big thing.
Reanimate the big stuff. You put stuff in the graveyard and get it for 3 mana. Seems good.
Okay, so once this dies, then what do you do?
Once this dies,
Yeah.
do you have
Play another
other
one to
ways
get it
of
back.
reanimating? I mean, you're not going to just have this card.
I know, I'm just saying, like, I mean, so I have to invest 3 mana to play this. I can't use its ability the turn it comes down. And then I have to wait till my next turn to do another 3 mana. So now I'm 6 mana in essentially over 2 turns. I don't know.
You're forcing your opponent to deal with this.
100%.
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't know.
Find an answer before my next turn. See, I don't know. I like it. Call me crazy. I like it.
You're crazy.
crazy. I think it's cool. I like it.
Let's talk about a nuts card, shall we? In my eyes, at least.
Okay.
This is Bloated Contaminator. Bloated Contaminator is 2 and a green for a 4/4 creature Phyrexian beast. It has trample, it has toxic 1, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you proliferate.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What do you
3
mean, dude?
mana 4/4 with trample and toxic.
This is so stupidly pushed, dude.
It's a 3 mana 4/4 trample toxic 2, essentially.
Because the proliferate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is dumb. I don't condone this kind of card.
I condone this kind of violence any day of the week, dude.
Dude, we're talking about power creep, power sprint, dude.
Yeah, this seems like a Hearthstone card to me, dude. I don't know if I like it.
It seems like they were like, we're gonna test this card out in alchemy, and we could change it later. Except it's not alchemy, and it's a real card.
Yeah. Kind of feel like it's gonna be a 4-of in a standard deck.
100%, dude. Like mono green proliferate, poison. Gonna be real. Like I would even throw this into my Finn the Fangbearer deck, just because it's so good.
Stupid. Doesn't have death touch.
Doesn't matter. It gives poison counters. And it can proliferate.
Fair enough.
Plus, I have other things in the deck that gives death touch, which is great. So this can have death touch and toxic. That's
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What?
Doing the math here, that would be 4 poison counters.
Sorry, explain your math.
It's a stupid deck.
Well, Finn the Fangbearer gives 2 if he had death touch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus an additional 1 for toxic, and then proliferate. Add 1 more. Seems
Look,
good.
I'm not arguing this card is bad because it's not. It's very, very good, but I don't like it.
I love it. Count me in. Moving on to another Phyrexian. This is Ezuri, Stalker of Spheres. Ezuri, Stalker of Spheres is 2 a green and a blue for a 3/3 legendary creature Phyrexian Elf Warrior. It says when it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3. If you do, proliferate twice. Whenever you proliferate, draw a card.
I love this card, dude.
See, this seems really good.
So here's the thing. I feel like this is never coming in as a 4-drop. It's always coming in as a 7-drop.
I guess you're. I mean, you could play one early because the proliferate draw card is still going to be relevant. We're talking about standard or talking about EDH?
Yeah.
Oh, you just
Either.
said yeah.
We'll talk about both right now.
Is this coming in
The
as
standard.
standard or EDH?
It says yeah.
Yeah.
Because in standard, you could play this for 2, 3, or 4. You know, if you have a little way to get it in early, and then I think that proliferate draw card, that's relevant. And you draw an extra copy.
Of course, it's relevant.
Like he'll kill one of them, obviously, and then boom, pay 7. I'm just saying, there's a world where you pay for 4 only.
But the world of paying for 7, proliferating twice, and drawing 2 cards seems pretty good.
It's very good. It's very good. Very balanced.
Listen, man, I've never had an issue with anything that's super expensive in green.
We know.
We know.
I like it though.
Let's move on to another green one. This is a Selesnya card. This is Melira, the Living Cure. Melira, the Living Cure is a green and a white for a 3/3 legendary creature human scout. It says if you get 1 or more poison counters instead, you get 1 poison counter, and you can't get any more poison counters this turn. Also has another ability where you can exile Melira and choose another target creature or artifact. When it's put into the graveyard this turn, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Seems like a very good card.
So, the anti-poison card.
Yeah.
David was joking around. I just mentioned I had Finn. He would run this just specifically against the Finn deck.
Yeah, that'd be actually really good.
I feel like you just kill this, and then you're fine.
Yeah. But as a card by itself, 2 mana, 3/3. Solid.
What are we calling that? An owlbear?
Yeah.
3 mana, 3/3, never mind.
Giving the blink effect is also pretty cool. Pseudo blink.
I mean, I don't know
What are you blinking?
if you would say blink.
Well, when something dies, it comes back, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
just
you're not
exile
like
her.
blinking it, really.
That's pseudo. If you have something that can kill your own stuff.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you play this, and then somebody board wipes, and you exile this card because it's gonna die anyways.
It's true. Goodbye,
Hmm.
cruel world. I don't know. I don't think it's that good though.
think it's
Poison
pretty
is
cool.
very obscure, so you're not really going to run this. But we'll talk more in our Commander Grade videos when we get to that.
I
I
think
just
in
think that
standard
they-
this might be a thing.
Yeah, I just think they put so much poison and toxic into the mechanic of the set that they're like, all right, we need to put something in here so people don't hate us.
This next card is Conduit of Worlds. Conduit of Worlds is 2 and 2 green for an artifact. It says you may play lands from your graveyard. Also has an ability where you can tap it to choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. If you do, you can't cast additional spells this turn. Activate only as a sorcery.
I love this card so much.
Interesting.
It's Crucible of Worlds with upside.
Crucible
Yeah.
of Trees, dude. Look
Would
up a
this
tree.
go in your deck, Steven?
1000%.
Titania?
1000%, dude.
Same kind of situation, dude. Play lands from your graveyard.
Yep, and
Never
then
done,
basically every card that you have in your graveyard, from Titania at least, that I put in that like sacrifices your lands, you can just redo that shit. Like, it's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Being able to constantly recast spells from your graveyard is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
This is a card that you're going to have
Whoa.
to get rid of very quickly.
Yes.
And the card you're casting from your graveyard stays in the graveyard, right?
Doesn't go anywhere but back to the graveyard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, actually.
Just constantly play board wipes, dude.
Yeah,
Just
typically they
over and
put that
over.
valve in, like, if you cast it, put it in exile.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Go back to
crazy.
the graveyard.
Okay.
So, pretty cool. Did somebody say invoke despair, invoke despair, invoke despair?
Yeah, no thanks. No thank you.
Moving on to Glissa Sunslayer. Glissa Sunslayer is 1, a black and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature, Phyrexian zombie elf. It has first strike and death touch. It says whenever Glissa Sunslayer deals combat damage to a player, choose 1. You can draw a card and lose a life. You can destroy target enchantment, or you can remove up to 3 counters from target permanent. Seems good.
And how often are you going to block a death touching first striker?
Not very often, so you're probably going to be able to choose one of those every time.
Yeah.
Think I'm in love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
dude.
like this card, huh?
I really do. I run a Lathril deck, and like anytime there's an elf that's really cool, it's pretty good. And then this one is first strike, death touch, and just 3 modes that you can just like obliterate some shit with. It's pretty good.
Yes, sir.
I
Removing
like
up
how
to
the
those 3
bottom one,
counters, though. What are we removing? Removing
dude, you're
+1/+1
killing a
counters from people?
planeswalker, dude.
Ah, good point, Shane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Glissa Sunslayer. Very good zombie elf. Steven, I agree with you 100%. This is a great include in any Lathril deck. Moving on to Kemba, Kha Enduring. Kemba, Kha Enduring is 1 and a white for a 2/2 legendary creature, Cat Cleric. It says whenever Kemba or another cat enters the battlefield under your control, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to that creature. Equipped creatures you control get +1/+1, and has another ability where you can pay 3 and 2 white to create a 2/2 white cat creature token. Kind of an expensive cost to make a 2/2.
Cat travel, dude?
I'm actually kind of curious as to how many cats there are currently in a standard format.
Standard? I have no idea.
I'm gonna say not a lot.
Hunter will tell you about EDH, though, let me tell you.
We're not going to go that right now.
All right, Steven. You don't get to know.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, this would be kind of fun in standard, I guess. But I mean, at the same time, I think this would be more EDH. But I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
this seems way more EDH in my opinion.
Probably not a commander, though, right? Maybe like in the
Absolutely
99?
not. Absolutely not. Yeah.
Because you don't want to just be mono white.
Mono white cats, dude. It's a thing.
Yeah, but yours is way better.
Could be a Rabo. That's a really good card. This will fit into it. I'll go into it. Next up, Urabrask's Forge. Urabrask's Forge is 2 and a red for an artifact. It says at the beginning of combat on your turn, put an oil counter on Urabrask's Forge. Then create an X1 red Phyrexian horror creature token with trample and haste, where X is the number of oil counters on Urabrask's Forge. Sacrifice that token at the beginning of the next end step. Seems pretty good.
Red
This is
aggro, dude?
amazing.
Yeah. So every single turn, you're getting a bigger and bigger creature.
I mean, this to me sounds really fun in the Mishra deck.
Turning
Yeah,
them into a artifact or a artifact creature?
So yes, turn it into an artifact creature, but in the Mishra deck that I built, you could basically end the turn before the end step, so you can just keep the card. So with effects like that, not even just in mono red or well, not mono red, but yeah, any kind of effect that you can do that with, you're basically keeping this X1 red Phyrexian horror creature token, and I think that's really cool. It's a really cool mechanic.
Most definitely.
And then
If you
not
don't
only are
keep it,
you
that's
keeping
crazy.
it, yeah, I mean because even if you're making a copy of Urabrask's Forge, now you're creating two of these creatures. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
fantastic. This is an amazing card.
Me likey.
I like you that. This is story spotlight too, so that's pretty cool. Urabrask Forge. Scary. Moving on to a new land. This is the Seedcore. The Seedcore is a land sphere. Comes in, you can tap it to add a colorless. You can also tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast Phyrexian creature spells. It also has Corrupted, which means you can tap this, target 1/1 creature, gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. You can make those big old mites into 3/2s.
Big old mites?
I mean,
Little old mites.
the mites you make, you can make them 3/2s instead.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool, dude.
Meh.
What do you think? What do you think, Steven? You're saying meh.
Meh.
Phyrexian creature tribal, dude. Seems good.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
It'll be cool in that EDH deck for sure.
Mhm.
Or in any
Yeah.
just infect EDH deck.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, let's move on from the Seedcore. This is Graaz, Unstoppable Juggernaut. Graaz, Unstoppable Juggernaut is 8 generic mana for a 7/5 legendary artifact creature, Juggernaut. It says Juggernauts you control attack each combat if able, and Juggernauts you control can't be blocked by walls. And other creatures you control have base power and toughness 5/3 and are Juggernauts, in addition to their other types.
This seems like a very good reanimation target, buddy.
The Juggernaut. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Get that 3 mana going. Who cares if it gets -1/-1?
Dude, the real art looks way gnarlier than the other arts. That real art looks terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, I think all the arts are pretty good. I mean, I'm
Oh, they're good,
definitely.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, this card's kind of fun. I mean, eh.
You
You
You're gonna
started off
have a
so
bunch of
good. I thought you were
5/2s,
gonna say
dude.
yeah. I thought you were gonna say something nice, and you're like, eh.
You can make all
You're
your
like,
mites 5/3s.
dude, and they can't be blocked by walls? Is that
That's such a
relevant? I
weird.
don't know.
That's such a weird line of text right there. Can't
I
be
mean, hey,
blocked by
man.
walls.
I mean, dude, everyone out there's got their Arcades deck ready to go.
That's true. Oh my god, Hunter. Imagine a secret layer of this, but he's the Kool-Aid man.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Can't be
Can't be
blocked
blocked
by
by
walls,
walls,
dude.
dude.
That would be
Graaz,
lit.
Kool-Aid Man. All
I
right,
do like
that's the
that.
new nickname. Juggernaut is Graaz the Kool-Aid Man.
Let's do it.
Let's move on to another Phyrexian. This is Arc Fiend of the Dross. Arc Fiend of the Dross is 2 and 2 black for a 6/6 creature, Phyrexian Demon. It's got flying. It says it enters the battlefield with 4 oil counters on it, which is a brand new counter. And at the beginning of your upkeep, remove an oil counter from Arc Fiend of the Dross. Then, if it has no oil counters on it, you lose the game. And whenever a creature an opponent control dies, its controller loses 2 life. So for 4 mana, you get a 6/6 flyer that will kill you in 4 turns.
You better be running Proliferate, baby.
Yeah, that's correct.
Dude, how funny would it be if somebody is playing this and the other guy's got Glissa Sunslayer out?
I just was thinking that
It
too, dude.
removes the 3 counters. You're dead next
And
turn.
you're dead. Yo, I just say well, they would probably block, right?
I
I mean,
guess.
sure. Yeah.
I think it's better to lose your 6/6 than the game. So
I mean, yeah, but like, let's say you're playing a game of like fucking, EDH where you have 3 other opponents and one dude's wide open. Glissa didn't say you had to take it from the person you attacked.
I'm not running this card. This card will kill me.
yeah, this
Said
card
it,
will kill me
said
too.
it before. Say it again.
I mean, so essentially what you're telling me is you have a 4 mana 6/6 that's kind of like Massacre Worm, except it will make you lose the game. But at the end of the day, you're playing, black, which means you have the ability to sacrifice this before it gets to that point. And let's be even doubly honest, like if we play this card, your opponents might not worry about it because they think you might lose the game, and then you board wipe and everyone fucking loses a lot of life.
Not everyone, just your opponent.
Well, I'm God when I play, so that's why I say everyone, because they don't,
Oh,
it doesn't count me.
Wow.
I see.
Yeah.
Doesn't count me. Yeah, I think this has the ability to be really good if you build around it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know if I'll see this in standard. People might be too afraid to lose the game.
I don't know, man. You got those ballsy people out there. 4 mana for 6/6.
Who knows? Who knows? Moving on to a brand new equipment. This is Blade of Shared Souls. Blade of Shared Souls is 2 and a blue for an artifact equipment. For Mirrodin, which means when this equipment enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 red rebel creature token, then attach this to it. It says whenever Blade of Shared Souls becomes attached to a creature, for as long as Blade of Shared Souls remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control. Equip cost of 2.
Yeah.
What do you think, blue
There's a
player
way this is
Shane?
gonna be good. I'm saying there's got to be a way this is good. Make a copy of something really big, but I'm gonna need to think about it for a while.
What do you mean?
Like, what am I copying?
Anything good? Like what kind of question is
Titan
that?
of Industry, dude.
Yeah, it has to be on your side of the. I mean,
I'm sorry, do you play shitty creatures?
This
sometimes.
comes in and is basically a copy of another creature.
Yeah, but you don't need it. That's just overkill.
What do you mean?
The Titan of Industry situation, that's just overkill. You don't need 2.
Yeah, 2's great.
You're already
Okay.
winning with 1.
Yeah, 2's
From a
better.
standard point, I'm just like, I don't know.
Shane, how much did the shovel cost you?
Which shovel are we talking about, bud?
The one that you're digging your own grave with.
Oh,
I don't understand your reference.
Interesting. What's up with the fish arm?
Could
It's a merfolk.
be a shieldy arm. I don't know.
It looks like scales.
This card's great, dude. 3 mana for a 2/2. And then when it comes in, it attaches. You're like, hey, you look really cool. You might have it just become you.
Yeah, this is a 3 mana copy spell. That's all it is. It's pretty good. Pretty good, guys. I like this card a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is Mercurial Spelldancer. Mercurial Spelldancer is 1 and a blue for a 2/1 creature Phyrexian rogue. It says it can't be blocked. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Mercurial Spelldancer. And whenever Mercurial Spelldancer deals combat damage to a player, you may remove 2 oil counters from it. If you do, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. That is interesting card design.
I love it. I think
Because
really good in standard or in EDH.
You want to copy your non-creature spells, but you have to cast them to get the oil counters to do the copy.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Like, I know it's good. It's just that's a lot of. They're making you do a lot of stuff for the good stuff.
A lot of hoops to copy. I don't think
But
I
it's
like it.
good. It's
I
good.
don't know. I don't like it.
I mean, copying spells is never not good, Hunter.
I understand, but it's too many hoops to do. How many hoops do you want, man?
I mean, it's like early game, you're going to be casting draw spells and counter spells, I guess, and then put the oil counters on, and then later play your big boys that you want to be copying. I don't know. You can do it.
This
You
is
can
a
do it.
2-mana 2/1 that can't be blocked.
Mhm.
So already you have a creature that's going to be dealing 2 damage each turn. Okay, which is pretty solid if you're in standard. I feel like. All right, and then you're going to be casting spells regardless, right? So if this gets on early in the field, you're casting spells, you're getting oil counters, and then we move on to the next couple turns. You attack with it, and then you get to copy a really cool spell.
I think this actually goes in that Jin deck, Hunter.
Jin Cataxias?
No, the genie.
Hadi Jin.
Oh, Hadi Jin.
Mono blue. I think it goes right into that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But Hadi Jin is just all about making itself big and attacking with it.
That's true. I'm just saying.
This goes in on Hello, dude.
Okay, I'm gonna allow things.
Copy. All the copies. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Moving on to a zombie wizard. This is Venser, Corpse Puppet. Venser Corpse Puppet is a blue and a black for a 1/3 legendary creature, Phyrexian zombie wizard. It's got lifelink and toxic 1, and whenever you proliferate, choose one. You can either do, if you don't control a creature named the Hollow Sentinel, create the Hollow Sentinel, a legendary 3/3 colorless Phyrexian Golem artifact creature token, or you can have target artifact creature you control gain flying and lifelink until end of turn. It's pretty cool. Dimir player Steven, what do we think?
It's very specific.
Yeah, proliferate, dude.
Build around it.
I just wish there was something in here that said it proliferates itself or something like that.
That'd
But
be
2 mana for a 1/3 with a big old butt, I'll take it.
It's interesting though, I will say, because once you have that artifact, you're only doing the second one, right? And you're probably giving it flying and lifelink.
Mhm.
It's pretty cool.
Now that I keep reading it, I don't like this card.
Yeah, I I was kind of confused as why you like it so much, but thank you.
But I don't like it. Sorry, Venser. Not a fan.
Cool art though.
Great art, dude.
Moving on to Vindictive Flamestoker. Vindictive Flamestoker is 1 red mana for a 1/2 creature Phyrexian wizard. It says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Vindictive Flamestoker. You can pay 6 and a red, sacrifice Vindictive Flamestoker, discard your hand, then draw 4 cards. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each oil counter on Vindictive Flamestoker.
It's really weird. I don't see it on there. Do you guys see where it says bulk rare?
You think so?
I mean, 1 mana, 1/2. That's good.
Yeah, cool. Go, keep going.
The Phyrexian.
Oh,
It could draw you cards. It
It's
could be a way
slow.
to. It's slow. Yeah. I don't know.
It's really slow. Doesn't do anything for itself. You just kind of have to just sit there and wait until it has enough oil counters, and then you can draw more cards. This is really good, obviously, in a burn deck, right?
yes.
Getting through all of your burn cards, you're putting oil counters on this, you're sacrificing this, drawing more burn cards.
Yeah, it's actually gonna be this gonna be pretty good.
Yes, this will be, and I mean, I'll say it. I think this will be standard meta, but like, this would be awful on EDH.
How did this go from standard meta to bulk rare?
I mean, bulk rare when it comes to EDH. I don't fucking play standard.
You mean bulk rare to standard meta? Said it backwards, dude.
Whatever, dude. Whatever he just said, that was a contradiction.
I mean, if you play standard, sure, man. Fucking buy this 5-cent card.
This is a burn deck staple. I like it.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused.
It won't cost more than $1, guaranteed.
Here's another sphere land. This is the Monumental Facade. It is a land sphere. It enters the battlefield with 2 oil counters on it. You can tap to add a colorless, or you can tap, remove an oil counter from the Monumental Facade, put an oil counter on target artifact or creature you control, activate only as a sorcery. Look at that. You can put oil counters from this to something else.
It's a way to not die from that big 6/6.
That's correct.
It's
But
a
at
way
that
to
point,
what?
you obviously, if you want more oil counters, you're going to have to proliferate, right? Because you only get 2 from this land. So you're already proliferating anyways. Why not just proliferate the thing that you're putting stuff on?
I don't know, dude. I'm trying to find the silver lining.
Yeah, it's not good. I don't like it.
It's not good.
What-
I don't like it.
What do you think, Steven?
I just kind of want to move on to the next card.
Wait,
You're
wait,
big fan
Hunter.
of it, huh? What's up?
You know what this is gonna be good in, dude?
What's that?
Parry the Pulverizer.
Another type of counter, baby. Let's go. You're right. You're absolutely correct. Next up, we're moving on to a brand new rat that can helm a deck. This is Caromonix, the Rat King. Caromonix, the Rat King, is 1 and 2 black for a 3/3 legendary creature, Phyrexian Rat. It has Toxic 1. It says other rats you control have Toxic 1. And whenever this enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of rat cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So
Yeah,
Mikey,
I'm building this, dude.
it's a really, really cool one. You got your rats, poisonous.
I'm scared,
the
dude.
plague, dude.
This is the literal plague.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The 3-headed dude. This is terrifying. Like a scorpion rat, dude.
He's the Rat King.
This is going to be an amazing card. I think we'll see this so much. It's not funny.
Yeah, I can't wait
Like-
to give my commander grade on it.
I mean, I already have mine, but I'll save it.
Ooh,
Shocker, it's really high.
Next up, we have an artifact. This is Encroaching Mycosynth. Encroaching Mycosynth is 3 and a blue for an artifact. It says non-land permanents you control are artifacts, in addition to their other types. The same is true for permanent spells you control and non-land permanent spells you own that aren't on the battlefield. Look at that.
Whoa.
Makes your entire deck artifacts.
I mean, yeah, it's like the Mycosynthetic.
But cheap.
And not lands.
That's true. I mean, they had to fix it somehow because that card was broken.
Steven, what do you think, man? You have been recently playing with a bunch of artifact cards. Would this fit into something that you've built recently?
I think this will fit into a lot of decks, to be quite honest with you. There's so much artifact love right now between the last 3 sets, I feel like, at this point, that this will slot into so many things it's not funny.
I concur.
Does that mean you agree?
That's correct. Anything
Same.
that says go and find an artifact card in your deck, and just go and find any card you want.
Non-land.
Yeah. I mean, are you really searching for a land?
Sometimes.
Could you imagine fucking playing War of Invention to go try and find a land? So
That'd be
funny.
sick, dude.
You'd be struggling on mana at that point if you're doing that.
Oh, what if it's like a utility? Or whatever. It was a joke.
I'm just saying, dude. This is really good.
You're not getting any pushback from me.
Moving on to another artifact. This is Norn's Wellspring. Norn's Wellspring is 1 and a white for an artifact. It says whenever a creature you control dies, scry 1 and put an oil counter on Norn's Wellspring. Has an ability where you can pay 1, tap it, remove 2 oil counters from Norn's Wellspring, draw a card.
Yeah,
Slow.
Pretty good.
A little slow.
Okay.
Little slow. Your
can be
stuff has
slow.
to die to put an oil counter on this. And then once you get 2 oil counters, which means 2 of your things need to die, you can draw 1 card.
Hey, but while your things are dying, you're scrying. Don't forget that.
When they die, you scry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't
this
cry,
is
you cry.
this is really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think this is
This is
really good into any black-white deck.
Hmm?
I mean, the best part about this is it says whenever a creature you control. It doesn't say whenever a non-token creature.
True.
So anytime a card says that specifically, it's amazing for me.
Can we talk about the art and how
Yeah,
incredible
it's
it is?
terrifying.
It's great, dude.
With the oil just dripping out of the eyes.
I don't like it. It's scary.
It's pretty awesome.
This seems really
Moving
good
on
in
to the
standard,
final
though, dude.
5 cards of the video. These are Jumpstart exclusives, which means you can only find these in packs of Jumpstart from Phyrexia. All will be one, but they are standard, legal, and everything else, but only in Jumpstart. So this first one, Mite Overseer. Mite Overseer is 3 and a white for a 4/2 creature Phyrexian soldier. It has first strike. It says as long as it's your turn, creature tokens you control get +1/+0 and have first strike. As another ability, we can pay 3 and a white Phyrexian mana, which means you can either pay it with a white or 2 life to create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Mite artifact creature token with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Soldier. I like this card a lot.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever. I don't care. I don't know, man. I think this is pretty good. I think it will see some play. Creature token
Yeah.
decks, man.
I mean, 4 mana for a 4/2. It's got a little butt.
Got a little butt. That's correct.
I mean, yeah, it's not a defensive card at all. Yeah. It's got first strike. It's chilling.
We got the Phyrexian soldier that loves the mites. I like it.
They might not like mites. He just oversees them, man.
He just
Yeah, but
makes
he
them, dude.
creates them. He creates them and gives them power and first strike. Seems good to me. Moving on to Ruck. Hex Gold Nabber. Ruck Hex Gold Nabber is 2 and a red for a 2/2 legendary creature, Goblin Rebel. It has trample and haste. It says whenever an equipped creature you control other than Ruck Hexgold Nabber attacks or dies, you may attach all equipment attached to that creature to Ruck.
This is great.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
What do you mean? It's like reverse Voltron almost. It's kind of funny.
He says, give me all of the things from you.
He's like,
And
man, you
attaching
had
it
some
back
really
to him.
cool shit on you, dude. Mind if I loot that real quick?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, you're basically playing an artifact themed deck, obviously, with a bunch of equipment, and you're putting all those equipments onto a creature, and then you're swinging with that creature, or if your opponent kills that creature, Ruck's like, hey, man, mind if I try next turn?
Or just right away, it's got
I
trample
was gonna
haste.
say, the way this reads, Hunter, let's say you attack with 2 creatures. One is all buffed up. You swing with both them, and then your opponent goes to kill the one that's buffed up. You can just move it, or you have to move it before he kills it.
Yeah,
So
you would have to declare on attacks, right?
Oh, yeah. Because it's when they attacks.
Yeah.
Okay. Still cool, though.
Yeah,
It
but I
is.
mean, like,
Very
but
cool.
Shane, I think what you were trying to say is like, if something else has all the equipments on it, you're attacking with both of these.
Yeah.
You declared nothing on the attacks, but if your opponent goes to kill that one creature, then it would transfer over before damage.
I like the flavor text here. Navigate between
Think
a
so, yeah.
goblin and the closest shiny object.
Pretty cool, though. I like this.
Yeah,
That's
not
solid, man. It's a great card.
bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
Hey, Steven, we got a vampire for you, man. This is
Mm.
Kinzu of the Bleak Coven. Kinzu of the Bleak Coven is 4 and a black for a 5/4 legendary creature Phyrexian vampire. It's got flying. It says whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may pay 2 life and exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a 1/1 and has Toxic 1.
Oh man,
How do you feel?
indifferent.
This feels very balanced.
Yeah, it's almost too balanced.
There's no way to, like, infinitely abuse this. I like it.
I mean, yeah, there's no way to infinitely abuse it, but I mean, at least you get your thing back, and it can potentially put poison counters once it comes
It's
back.
true.
I
That is
love the
true, Hunter.
fact that it's 5 mana for a 5/4, and I love the fact that the ability doesn't cost anything but life.
It's
Mhm.
flavorful.
Mm-hmm. I do not like the fact you have to exile it, but other than that, I mean, I'm not mad at it.
Not mad at it. Like Shane said, it seems balanced.
This will be a good sealed card for sure. Or not sealed. Yeah, I guess it'll be sealed.
If you're playing with Jumpstart, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, all cards are sealed.
All right, Steven.
Wow. What insight. Next up, we have Serum Sovereign. Serum Sovereign is 4 and a blue for a 4/4 creature, Phyrexian Sphinx. It's got flying. It says whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Serum Sovereign. Has another ability, we can pay 1 blue, remove an oil counter from Serum Sovereign to draw a card, then scry 2.
Mm-hmm.
Seems good, doesn't it?
Nope.
Why?
It's expensive.
This is a
I
good
just
card.
I just don't like it.
1 blue, draw a card, scry 2.
Other cards do it better.
No, you mean 6 blue.
Yeah, but this is already on the field. I'm saying, dude, come on.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to wait. You're not gonna do this the fucking same turn. You know what I mean, Shane?
Exactly, Shane. That's what I've been saying. Steven's the one that's over here like, you gotta wait.
Well, you do, because you have to play this and you have to play another non-creature spell.
It's correct.
How much mana do you have on his turn?
Dude, I'm in blue, brother.
Hunter, this is like a slow fucking card.
No, it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like
that
you
right
got
there
it,
tells
kid.
me it's awful.
The art reminds me of that. What's that Sphinx?
Consecrated Sphinx.
Is that the one that's like it could be the commander?
No.
I'm thinking of the commander.
I don't know.
I also see Consecrated Sphinx too. There was a commander that kind of has the same pose. That's a Sphinx. Yeah, Hunter, this card's balanced.
So far, we've been seeing balanced cards for Jumpstart, huh?
Yeah, it's almost
Meh.
like they're made to be played and fucking sealed.
All right, we'll move on to the final color that we haven't talked about yet, and that's the green one. This is Goliath Hatchery. Goliath Hatchery is 4 and 2 green. It is an enchantment. It says it enters the battlefield, create 2 3/3 green Phyrexian beast creature tokens with Toxic 1. It also has Corrupted that says at the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, choose a creature you control, then draw cards equal to its toxic value. That's nifty, huh?
I say I need to see more cards in this set.
That have better, higher toxic.
'Cause I'm not stoked on drawing one.
Yeah. Because especially if you have 3/3 with toxic 1. It's like, okay.
I'm pretty sure that they've teased other ones though, right? Like they've
They
teased
have.
ones that
Yeah.
like Toxic
Teased it.
6 and shit.
Yeah, that was a uncommon. We are not talking about that today. We're just talking about the rares and the mythics.
Sorry.
But if you want to see all of them, follow us on Instagram. But yeah, what do we think about this as a card?
7 mana for 6 worth of power and toughness and 2 toxic.
6 mana. 6 mana.
Oh, sorry, I'm dumb. 6 mana for 6 power and toughness and 2 toxic. I guess that's balanced.
And could potentially draw you cards later.
That's true. Depending on the deck, that's true.
Steven, what do you think?
I hate all these cards.
You don't like any of the Jumpstart cards, huh?
I only like Rook.
But yeah, that is going to do it for today. That is the big dump of Phyrexia. All will be one. Spoilers for today, January 17th, 2023. Happy New Year. I don't think we've said that yet in this year. So, Shane, what is your favorite card from today's spoiler?
That's easy, bud. Anointed Procession reprint.
Okay.
I mean Mondrak. Sorry, Mondrak.
Mondrak, very good card. Very good card indeed. Steven, do you have a favorite card?
Yeah, and I know it's going to sound stupid. It came down to 2, but I think it is honestly. I hate saying this because I actually want to start building this deck, but after watching Shane play Ivy, Venerated Rotpriest is probably my favorite card.
Really
That's
sick.
a good one. That's a really good one. And my favorite for today is the most push card of them all.
Classic.
Bloated Contaminator.
Saw that one coming.
Yep, it's very good. Like that card a lot. Looking forward to putting it in Finn. But that is going to do it for us today. If you guys like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. What are you waiting for? It's going to be spoiler season. We're coming out for the video every single day for the next week or so. Once again, check the description if you want to see the shorts on the other little planeswalkers they talked about before today. Lots of cool ones. Shane made some cool shorts on them. And while you're in the description, go ahead and click on the links to our Instagram, our TikTok, and our Twitter. That is at Guys That Magic for each one. Follow us on there. Give us a like. All that jazz. Also, comment down below. Tell us what your favorite card of today's spoiler was. Did we get something wrong in our assessments today? Let us know as well. And until the next video, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.